Young farmers from Kenya and Uganda who are on a 3-month internship program organized by Scholema Stiftung Foundation in Germany, Young Farmers Federation of Uganda, and the Kenya National Farmers Federation visited Nord, Zucker, and sugar beet farms in Hanover district in Germany. They wanted to learn more on sugar beet farming and its production, and to find out if it can replace the sugarcane production in Kenya and Uganda that is faced with a lot of challenges. The Young Farmers Exchange Internship Program allows young farmers from Germany to visit Uganda and also farmers from Kenya and Uganda to visit Germany to have an exchange on techniques and learn skills through hand-on practicals. In agricultural industry, sugar beets are most commonly known as a commercial crop grown for sucrose production. Farmers grow the crop on large-scale farms for processors that turn the beets into sugar. Sugar beets growing is most common in Europe and North American continents. Sugar beets are similar to the familiar red-rooted garden beet but are much larger, reaching about 2 to 4 pounds when mature. They tend to have shiny, white roots and, as you might guess, a high sugar content, containing 13 to 22% sucrose. Sugar beet juice contains high levels of sucrose and it's second only to sugarcane as the major source of the world's sugar. According to sugar beet farmer, sugar beets take 6 months and it's normally grown around March to April and harvested around August to September. Sugar beets need crop rotation and they can't be grown after other sugar beets since it's organic farming. This is done to control pests and diseases on the farm as they are not using any chemicals on the farm. The crop can be rotated with wheat among other crops.
We harvest once. It is a period of about more or less 6 months of growth, not more. Yeah, and so what we have is, and we need a crop rotation. You can't grow sugar beet after sugar beet. So we normally have a crop rotation in conventional farming of more or less 4 years. Some do 3, but that is already high risk with nematodes and diseases. Yeah, and leaf diseases, yes. In organic farming you tend to have a rotation until 10 years. It is 6 to 10 years, so because you don't have any possibilities to react with pesticides. You try to do it with nature. Yeah? And so in organic farming it is more usual to grow cover crops, which is a very, very important part to conserve fertility of soils. Yeah. Okay, so the first question was, what will you grow after this sugar beet? And here normally it is wheat. So the main crop in this region, I guess it is about 60 or 70% of all the terrain is winter wheat. Yeah.
Compared to sugarcane farming, the highest concentration of sugar is in the lower parts and the leaves are not taken to the factory. Though for sugar beet, the greener it is, the lesser sugar it contains. Besides, the ideal sugar beet also has only one root. Once the sugar beet is ready for harvesting after 6 months, the sugar beet harvester machine is used to harvest sugar beets. Modern self-propelled sugar beet harvester have predominantly 6 row harvesting units. The beets are lifted from the ground by lifting shears, through cleaning rollers, the transfer web, and the discharge elevators. The beets are separated from the adhering soil and transported into the holding tank of the machine. The beets are placed on the edge of the field in storage clamps or overloaded on a transport vehicle during harvesting. The leaves of the beets are removed and can be left in the field to enhance the fertility of the farm or can be used as animal feed for the cattle when fresh or as silage.
More or less at this height, and then we cut off, and they are sort of mulched with this rotating knives. Yeah? And then there is a sliding knife which is guided by this sort of comb, and it cuts the lower part of the leaves. And what we want is more or less this. Yeah, we want to have all the sugar in the beet, but the sugar is, I mean, the biggest part of sugar is in the lower root, and the more green you see, the less sugar is in. So, but we want all the body, and so we cut as little as possible. But we don't want to have leaves in the sugar factory. Yeah, because this hinders cutting. And it is not good for the process. Yeah? Okay, so this is more or less, it is not an ideal beet. The ideal beet has only one root you see. The rest is hairy root. Those side roots show me that during seeding the soil was a bit too wet, or it was not in ideal condition. And if this gets more, you get 3 or 4 main roots, and the body is not good to harvest. It can be, if it is wet, that you have a lot of soil that you take with. And we want the soil in the fields and not in the factory. Yeah. Okay. So this is more or less what it is, and I already explained that we cut off many part of the leaves here with this knife, and lead guided by this comb, an exact cut on the head of the sugar beet, and then the rows are first. This is to guide exactly what do you call those? This is growing in the ground. You see, and the sugar beet goes in like this. You can't see this exactly because it is all turned up. Yeah? And so the sugar beet goes in like this, and this part lifts it up, and then those rotating pedals throw it here in the machine.
Once the harvesting is finished, a self-propelled clean loader for sugar beet is used to load the sugar beets into the trucks for transportation to the sugar beet company such as Nord-Zucker company in Hanover City in Germany. The loader ensures gentle pickup and intensive cleaning. And the big question now is, should Kenya and Uganda move from sugarcane farming to sugar beet farming? While sugarcane requires 18 months to harvest, sugar beets only require 6 months to grow and to harvest. Though, sugarcane has more sugar content as compared to sugar beet. Sugar beet also requires more energy to process as compared to sugarcane. Even though farmers in Kenya and Uganda continue to experience challenges in growing sugarcane, the question remains if they can adopt sugar beet farming and if the climate in both countries supports sugar beet production. Eric Kashara reporting from Hanover in Germany.